My name's David Reid, and I am the Democrat representing the 32nd District, which is the eastern portion of Loudoun County. This particular district had been represented by a Republican for the past 8 years. So this was a real sea change as far as being able to win this seat. Myself personally, I grew up very poor in the mountains of Virginia, and so I have lived in Virginia for most of my life. I then went to live at the Methodist Children's Home in Richmond when I was 10 years old, and then was adopted when I was 16 years old and moved out to Oklahoma. It was really that thing about wanting to be able to go to Richmond and provide people the opportunity to be able to be successful in both their personal and in their professional lives. And that was what really drew me to running in 2017. So I announced on January the 5th, and it's amazing how you remember these type of things. Within the next couple, 3 days, I had received a whole lot of emails, phone calls, and things like that saying, congratulations, thank you for doing this, we're behind you. All of those really positive things. And within those first 3 days, I realized that this was not about me or about the Democrats actually just putting someone up to run against a Republican. It was about me being a conduit for all of the hopes and dreams for all of those people wanting to be able to make a difference and see a difference. I was not afraid of or shy of the hard work. And the thing that I would give as advice to anyone, it is really hard work, but embrace it and enjoy it because it's just a phenomenal experience. When you go out and you meet with people and you learn what their concerns are, and if you're interested in really trying to be able to make a difference, that's what makes legislating also so interesting and such a compelling thing to be doing. As I have now looked back on it, there were really kind of four things that I took away as far as lessons learned from that first session. First of all, as a new delegate, it's very important that you be able to do basic math. The basic math is that 51 Republicans is still greater than 49 Democrats. And once you have that right set of expectations, that determines, at least in Virginia, that determines how the committees are set up, the subcommittees. It determines where bills are going to go, whether or not bills are going to be heard or considered, or any number of different things. Second is that you have to transition from campaigning to governing. And that's one of the things where all of those great ideas that we all had as candidates, now you have to figure out how that's going to be legislation to change the code to make a difference in people's lives. The third thing is you have to develop relationships. And the fourth thing is you have to be willing to listen and ask tough questions. I think that we as a collective caucus were very successful because at least in the House, we passed Medicaid expansion, which is fantastic, and that results in all kinds of other benefits to the state. We actually passed a energy transformation bill, which is going to give $325 million back to the consumers, plus another $130 million to help with veterans and people who need support with their heating bills. And for the first time here in Northern Virginia, we provided dedicated funding to Metro. Other than Elizabeth Guzman, I ended up introducing the most bills of a freshman. I introduced 23. The one that I did get passed was House Bill 1219, which is basically a bill that changes the code a little bit that would allow for the restoration of parental rights for foster children. I am so grateful for the help from Sister District Project and everyone else because I am really, truly enjoying this, and I'm so grateful for having been given the opportunity.